Hi, this is MiMi from MiMi and the NOiSE Factory, and you're watching Urban Music on Alex TV.
I am thinking it's a sign, but the freckles in our eyes are mirror images, and when we kiss they're perfectly alive.
Hallo liebe Urban Music Zuschauer, wir sind heute für euch im Kesselhaus bei MiMi and the NOiSE Factory, die heute den Support für die Kaiser Chiefs gespielt haben. Und hier sitzt sie auch schon neben mir, Mimi. Hi.
Hello.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Aww.
Let's give the viewers a chance to see the first part of your concert.
Of course.
Ja, für euch gibt's jetzt, bevor ich mich mit Mimi unterhalte, noch den ersten Part ihres Konzerts. Viel Spaß dabei.
Good evening. Hello. Ich bin Mimi. These guys here are the NOiSE Factory. And it's a massive honor to be here supporting the amazing Kaiser Chiefs tonight and come and meet you guys. Enjoy the show.
After all the things you said, after all the time you stole, in the end, it doesn't matter anyway. It was all from me. Oh, just stole from me. Oh, what you get from me. Just to remember me, yeah, what you took from me. Yeah, what you stole from me. It was my smile. So I said, where the hell you going? With my head, I'm leaving this mess now, with my heart free from you now. It's been so long since I glossed my problems over. Still afraid to change for the better. Better what? Better what? It doesn't matter anyway. It was all that you took from me. Oh, just stole from me. Oh, what you get from me. Just to remember me, yeah, what you took from me. Yeah, what you stole from me. It was my smile. So I said, where the hell? With my smile. You better give it back now. What's life without a smile? It was up from me. Oh, what you stole from me. Oh, what you kept from me. Just to remember me, yeah, what you took from me. Yeah, what you stole from me. It was my smile.
What you took from me, what you stole from me, what you kept from me, what you took from me,
Remember me.
what you stole from me, what you kept from me,
Remember me.
what you took from me, what you stole from me,
Remember me.
what you kept from me, what you took from me,
Remember me.
what you stole from me, what you kept from me.
Remember me.
I read you moved here to Berlin 3 years ago from London. Why did you choose to come to Berlin and not like move to New York City or any other huge city in the world?
Because I think Berlin's really special, like for many, many reasons. It has its own personality. It's a bit like asking why you get on with a person. It's like, you know, it's just a kind of click or a connection. But for me, Berlin is still growing. And that is what is so exciting, is being here and just watching little businesses, little art galleries, little things that people are doing. And they're just springing up like flowers all around the place. And I find that really wonderful atmosphere to kind of be creative in and to experience life just as everything is changing and growing and moving.
Yeah. And do you think it influenced your music in any way that you moved here?
Yeah, I think it probably did influence my music because there's so much music to see around here and different sounds and things that I perhaps haven't seen before. There's a lot more electronic music here, which was very fascinating for me because I'm a really sort of like, guitar, piano, I was sort of just stuck in that. So for me to sort of see these kind of new sounds and to experience kind of people doing some different stuff is always inspiring.
How is it different being a young and upcoming artist in London compared to Berlin? Is there a difference at all?
I think Berlin is much more open to new things in general because I think London is just full of people and it's like not enough space for everyone. So the general mood is very grumpy and very get out of my way. There's not enough space for you here. Whereas I find people very encouraging in Berlin. I find myself, I can play in little cafes just round the corner from my little flat and I can just try out new songs on complete strangers, and that feels very good. That's something that you can't really do so much in London. Everything has to be more planned and more precise because there's just so many people and it's sort of already established and up there.
But so many people are coming to Berlin. Do you see this development happening here too, or do you think it's like far away in the future?
I think it will. I think it's in the future. I think it would be very sad if that does happen, but I think it has happened in lots of places, and I guess it's still really important to constantly try to create little platforms and save these little corners that are really special, and I suppose things will keep going if people keep going there. If you like a cafe or a bar, just keep going there and buying beer and they'll stay open.
Yeah,
so
support this kind
these
of things.
people, exactly.
Yeah, let's talk a bit about your influences. What inspires you to write your music? Are there musical influences like other bands and maybe also non-musical influences like, for example, art or movies or that kind of thing?
Well, my main influence, I suppose, for subject matter is just stuff that happens around me. I'm a bit of an observer. I like humans and well, I like animals, but like humans are my favorite animal. So I like sort of looking at these like animals around me and thinking, oh, that's weird. What are they doing? And also experiences that I've had, like weird breakups. And it's a really nice way if you write a song, you can sort of take yourself out of the situation and look down on it from a kind of purely aesthetic situation rather than actually sort of looking at it while you're inside it and going, oh, I can't cope with this. So it's quite good therapy as well. But musically, I'm just completely open to loads of stuff and I'm influenced by everything around me. But I suppose I've got a pet love for really strong female singers that keep their feminine side, but are at the same time really feminine. I suppose Björk is a amazing example of that.
Yeah, she's amazing. And any other female artists?
Dolores from the Cranberries, I absolutely love. St. Vincent, I've just recently very much been listening to her new record. I think it's amazing. I love the lyrics and just, she's a woman and she's talking about masturbating. I think that's awesome. I'm always on the lookout for other strong ladies because I think that women in general are sort of portrayed a little bit strangely in art still. You're either this pretty little chick that doesn't know anything or you're a dude, and there's just this small pocket of women that are still female and very strong.
Do you think it's much harder for women in the music industry? Did you experience like shitty stuff?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is harder because I think it's harder when you're working against a stereotype, and I think that there is still this very strong desire to shove musicians and artists into boxes, and women
like
really
the
suffer.
sexy, beautiful singer that dances around like, yay, I'm so like, pretty.
If you're sexy, you can't also be kooky, and if you're kooky, you can't be intelligent, and if you're doing this and you can't do that, and it's just like, I want to do all of the stuff, and just let me be me. So that I think that is still a massive challenge for a lot of female artists out there.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Let's talk about this in a minute. First, let's watch some other songs of yours. Ja, für euch gibt es jetzt noch den zweiten Part von Mimis Konzert. Ich hoffe, es gefällt euch. Viel Spaß dabei.
care if you're silent, I don't care if you mean it, do you? Don't care if you tell me, oh, stop and listen to the words I say. This time I'm out of love and I don't know you anymore. I don't care what you say, I won't change my mind and take you back now. I'll take you back now. If I wasn't so damn angry, I could stop and listen to the words you say now. If I wasn't so damn angry, I could stop and listen to the words you say now. Stop and listen to the words you say now. Don't care if you're sorry, I don't care if you mean it, do you? Don't care if you tell me, oh, stop and listen to the words I say now. Don't care if you're sorry, I don't care if you mean it, do you? Don't care if you tell me, oh, stop and listen to the words I say now. This was my chance to break the cycle of all of my mistakes now. I don't care what you say, I won't change my mind. I'll take you back now, I'll take you back now. If I wasn't so damn angry, I could stop and listen to the words you say now. If I wasn't so damn angry, I could stop and listen to the words you say now. Stop, listen to me, stop, listen to me, stop, listen to me, stop and listen to the words you say now. Stop, listen to me, stop, listen to me, stop, listen to me, stop and listen to the words you say now. Stop, listen to me, stop, listen to me, stop, listen to me, stop and listen to the words you say now.
Da sind wir wieder. MiMi sitzt neben mir und steht mir hier Rede und Antwort. Let's talk a bit about your new album now. It's your second record. Its title is Nothing But Everything. What does that title mean to you personally?
Well, it actually came from something that my boyfriend said to me, which was he's always saying, nothing matters, but everything matters.
Okay.
Which, of course,
It's
doesn't...
pretty philosophical.
It's kind of philosophical, also doesn't really make any sense. But but I kind of interpret it as life is what you make of it. You know, we're all going to fade away in the end, so you can just treat it like nothing matters, or you can treat it like everything matters. And to me, this is a very calm existence. You don't need to panic about everything, because everything that you do is a bonus. There's like, nothing's relying on you. You can be free to create, and it's something that I use in my head to calm myself down, because I'm a very I suppose I'm kind of anxious, and I'm very self-critical, and I'm very sort of like thinking, oh, is what I'm doing right, and what's going on? And I kind of, you know, this was my little moment of calm, that I wrote this song very, very calmly and in a sort of very sort of little zen place.
Okay.
And I never write songs when I'm in that mood. So that was a kind of a new experience for me, and it was quite a special kind of moment. And the song itself on the album is the last song, and it stayed exactly as it was when I wrote it. It's like voice and guitar. I just performed it in the studio just as it was, and that was a really great experience to do. I'm really happy that we've left it as it is.
Okay, and when you say you're a really critical person, do you read your YouTube comments? The comments below your YouTube?
I try not to, because I'm very sensitive, and I can't help it. And you know, and
it's
everybody always
thing.
says I've got to be more thick-skinned, but I'm really sensitive. I do get really upset if people say horrible stuff to me. I don't know how you remove yourself from that. I'm sure there is a way, but I haven't found it yet.
Yeah, it's just haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
You know. As I told the audience before, it's already your second album. What would you say, what are the main differences or developments from your first record to your second?
I think the main thing was just I was really lucky in the fact that I was able to experiment a little bit at home and do a lot of demos, experiment with stuff that I hadn't used before, like electronics and a little bit of vintage synth and all these kind of things, and even making rhythms out of paper or slushing water around and those kind of things. You know, those are the kind of things you can't do in the studio because the clock's ticking and the money's being spent, and you're like, eek, okay, we have to get out of here. So if you're just working at home, you do come up with something that sounds a little bit different and is maybe a little bit more personal even, because the sound kind of developed from this bedroom sound. And of course, we had the wonderful Stephen Street doing the production, so that was incredible as well. So that was like another level to our little bedroom experiment.
Yeah, you mentioned him already, Stephen Street, a quite famous producer who has worked with the Smiths or Cranberries and whomever. It's just crazy. How did this collaboration happen, and how was it working with him?
Well, I was really depressed one evening because I thought I was never going to find the right producer for this album. So, and I was convinced that it was Stephen Street, my childhood hero, who'd done all the records that I loved as a kid. And I'd asked lots of people, like, do you have contact to Stephen Street? And they were like, well, maybe I've got an email somewhere for the manager or whatever. Nothing worked. So I just, 5 o'clock in the morning, decided I'm going to write him on LinkedIn.
Oh, wow.
Which is great. You actually have to pay to write people who aren't in your network as
Really?
well. It was like €5 or something, but like best €5 I ever spent because he
Worth it.
replied. That was crazy.
Cool. And was that also a reason why it took so long for your next album to come out? I mean, it's been 3 years, and I think quite a lot of young artists especially feel this kind of pressure to have a lot of musical output at the beginning of their careers, and you released your first album and then waited 3 years and just relaxed and did this whole amazing new album. Was that a reason why it took so long, that you had to search for a producer and stuff?
It really was. I mean, it really had to be the perfect person, and I think that's such a personal connection. It's almost like saying, you know, find someone to marry now. It's like, well, maybe we could go on a date first. No, you cannot go on a date first. Just go and find someone. And it's just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
So I felt a lot of pressure, and I think I'm like, for me, if it's not genuine, I'm really picky about that. That stuff feels really right, and it did with Stephen. I mean, it was just fantastic. You know, like the first song that we did together, it was just like, oh, okay, this is brilliant. But
This works out.
It took a long time to get hold of him.
Okay. And quite a main topic of this album is heartache and dishonesty in relationships. And you mentioned before you get inspired by the people around you and by experiences you made yourself. Was that the case in this heartache songs as well?
Definitely. I wouldn't say I'm unlucky in love. I'm very lucky in love in that sense, but like I'm a very trusting person. So I do get hurt really easily, and then I have to sing about it.
Yeah, and it's a good way to cope with it, probably.
Yes, definitely. It's a good way to, once you've put it into a song, you've kind of wrapped it up and you can just sort of release it, and it does feel really good, because I'm really afraid of conflict. So I would never say the stuff that I say in my songs to someone's face.
Okay.
So it's a really good way of just being like, yeah, you were mean to me, screw you, you know, like you can put it in a song and then you don't have to have that conversation.
Yeah. Do you think the people like know that the songs are about them?
I think they have sometimes, yeah, I've had that
They
question.
hear them and they're going like, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of ones that are really quite obvious, I think.
Okay, good to know. Well, then let's listen to another few of your songs. Wir gucken uns jetzt mal noch den dritten Konzertpart von Mimi an und hören mal ganz genau hin, was da so für Heartache-Songs vielleicht vorkommen.
Damn you for being so cold. Damn you for being so nice. Damn you for being so changeable. Damn you for like cigarettes. You can't do nothing with those regrets. You can't seem to stop her or stop this fight. It's gonna be a cold, dark night tonight. It's gonna be a cold, dark night tonight. Damn you for losing your faith. Damn you for waiting so long. Damn you for going astray. Damn you in every way. Your lies burn down like cigarettes. You can't do nothing with those regrets. You can't seem to stop her or stop this fight. It's gonna be a cold, dark night tonight. It's gonna be a cold, dark night tonight. Where you going? Where you are? Remember, it's gonna be a cold, dark night tonight. It's gonna be a cold, dark night tonight. Didn't even flinch as you dealt your final blow. You're looking like an angel, but it's a disguise, I know. You're getting what you want, you're so full of life. I didn't ask for this, and I can see through you, and I can tell through those lies. It's all the pain that you have put there. It's all the shame that you have built there. For me now, for me now. Looking like a heartbreaker, looking like a heartbreaker, looking like a heartbreaker. Don't you understand, Joe? Looking like a heartbreaker, looking like a heartbreaker, looking like a heartbreaker. Don't you understand, Joe? And the cost of all the bridges you burn. You're getting what you can for all the trouble we'll let you go. I didn't ask for this, and I can see through you, and I can tell through those lies. It's a stab of guilt in your heart now. It's a morning light that just brings pain now. For you now, for you now. You're looking like a heartbreaker.
Und da sind wir auch wieder mit Mimi von Mimi and the Mad Noise Factory. A question I'm pretty interested in is, which part of the music making process do you like the most, and which part do you like the least? Which is like the part you always go like, oh, okay, I have to do this, but okay.
Of the recording, you mean?
Everything about it. Could be PR or...
Oh, well, yeah. I just hate interviews. Oh.
Yeah, well, that's awkward.
No, I mean, to be honest, I love the whole process, and I like the fact that it's always different and the whole way through. But I mean, my favorite part is the songwriting and the creating at home, because it's just like, you know, I also love cooking. It's the same sort of vibe, you know, sort of like trying stuff and tasting it and seeing what's going on. But it's that very early stage of inspiration when you're just throwing things around and you're not thinking about polishing it. You're just thinking about just throwing stuff out there. And it's like, sometimes you listen to it a week later and you think, oh, what did I do? This is terrible. And sometimes you listen to it a week later and go, oh, this is actually quite cool. Okay, let's work with this. So there's always these little exciting moments. And I also love playing live. So there's the two ends of it. And I think if I had more of one than the other, then I would miss the other elements as well.
Okay, but music's not your only passion. I read about you like to draw and you like to design your own clothes. Did you do the artwork for this album yourself?
Yes, I did. It's my drawings and my I like to do things in reality rather than on Photoshop. So everything's collaged together rather than stuck on a computer afterwards, which actually makes things very difficult, because you have to keep that up if you want to have the look. It's very hard to recreate that on a computer if you just want to make, like, so everything we do, so if I'm making a newsletter or I'm sending just like a little note to someone, then it has to come from me, because it won't look proper if you do it on a computer, if you recreate it later. So I kind of dug myself into a little hole there, but I really enjoy doing it, so it's all good.
But it's is it just that you enjoy doing it and it's another creative side of yours, or is it also that you like to keep control over the whole process?
I'm always really worried that I look like such a control freak because I do everything. But I think it just kind of happens because I just really love to do it. I mean, like, I grew up without a TV, so that's kind of what I did with my mum to have fun when I was a kid. So it's just kind of stayed with me that that's what you do when you want to have fun. So carried on drawing, sewing.
It comes naturally to you.
It's just fun.
Okay. And you mentioned it already. Your mother is quite a creative person. She's a photographer. Your father is a musician as well. So do you think this has influenced you in a way that you knew, oh, I have to take a creative path and make music or art or whatever?
I think I was lucky in a sense that I've got a really creative, like, my whole family is really creative. Like, my mum's sisters are also really creative, and they've married creative guys as well. So I was often at my cousin's place. Like, my uncle plays banjo, my auntie plays violin. We all kind of, we have like a sort of, every summer we get together and have a big jam. It's just...
That sounds nice.
This kind of thing, you know, it's just sort of part of my family and part of my upbringing. So I guess I was able to discover that I loved music and I loved creativity at an early age. I was able to access it, so I was very lucky in that sense. And also because my family understands me. I think that's very hard for a lot of creative people, that perhaps their mum's a pharmacist and their dad's a doctor or whatever, and they're trying to tell them, listen, mum, dad, I want to write songs, and that's a very hard thing to get.
Real job.
Yeah, and they're just like, what do you do? So I was lucky in that sense that my family do sort of understand what I do and support me in that. So that's very cool. I don't need to explain 100 times, no, mum, it's just because I really want to do it.
Okay, so if you like grew up in this really creative surroundings, do you even have a plan B?
Wow, I mean, a plan B would be great, but I think all of my plan Bs would probably be harder to do than the plan A. But I think in a way you can't have a plan B. If you're going to do something like that, you just have to throw your whole self into it and 100% do it, because it's not a job, because a job is from the morning until the evening, and you go home and you can leave your work at the office, but this is like 24 hours a day, so you almost don't even get time to think, what if I fail? You just have to keep going and keep trying, and you know, if I'm not a musician, I'll be a failed musician. That's my plan B.
That's not gonna happen. But that's is that like a tip you can give to young artists, that they really have to get into it and not like hesitate and say, maybe I'm gonna fail, I don't know?
Well, I mean, my first tip to young artists would be, go for it. Don't hold yourself back. Don't listen to anyone, and don't take tips from people like me who still don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
But I think if it's part of you, it's part of you. It's just you can't put that fire out, and if you suppress it in some way, you're just going to damage yourself.
Okay. Well, then let me just ask a last question, because unfortunately our time's up already. Is there a big goal that you want to achieve in your career that's not already been achieved?
Just to keep going. That's my goal. Like literally, if I can manage to keep going and making music my job, which is an insanely, stupidly hard thing to try and attempt to do, it's like trying to just climb up a slippery white wall that's like 50 meters high. But if I manage to somehow continue trying to climb up that wall, I'll be a very happy person.
These are very nice words for the ending. Thank you so much, Mimi. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Ja, das war's leider auch schon wieder mit Urban Music für heute, aber ihr müsst gar nicht traurig sein, weil es gibt nämlich noch einen Part von Mimis Konzert, den ihr euch jetzt angucken könnt. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen, und ihr schaltet beim nächsten Mal wieder ein. Und bis dahin sagen wir Tschüss.
Tschüss. I could find hell where there's love, believe me. Yeah, I could do anything at all. Yeah, I could find hell where there's love, believe me. You don't want me to. You don't want me to. If I could stay in your arms and I could sleep. If I could stay in your arms and I could dream. If I could stay in your arms and I could do anything, anything close to your heartbeat. Close to your heartbeat. Close to your heartbeat.
Won't you help me? 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 Won't you help me stop? These are all the things I've got. Whoa. See, I pretend I'm fine. Standing on the edge of the light. Oh no, I'm on the edge of the light. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge of the light. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. Oh, I'm standing. I'm on the edge of the light. Well, I am standing. Oh no, I'm standing on the edge. I'm on the edge. I'm standing on the edge. I'm on the edge of the light. Thank you so much. We are MiMi and the Mad Noise Factory.